Is it possible that the events unfolding in our world today were foreseen nearly 2,000 years ago? Could the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 24 hold the key to understanding the challenges we face in 2024? In this video, we'll dive deep into Matthew chapter 24, one of the most debated and analyzed chapters in the New Testament. We'll explore whether Jesus' prophecies were meant just for the people of his time, or if they're a warning for us today. Let's find out. Matthew chapter 24 begins with Jesus and his disciples leaving the temple in Jerusalem. When they ask him about the end times, Jesus warns them about a future filled with turmoil and tribulation. He describes wars, famines, earthquakes, and false prophets. He talks about a time of great distress, the likes of which have never been seen before. Jesus says in verse 6, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come." This is one of the most famous verses of the chapter, but what does it mean for us in 2024? Look around, and you'll see that the headlines of today echo the words of Jesus. Wars between nations, political upheaval, and a rising sense of fear and uncertainty seem to be everywhere. In 2024, we are facing escalating conflicts, economic instability, and natural disasters like never before. Does this sound familiar? It's like the pages of Matthew chapter 24 coming to life right before our eyes. Jesus also warned about nation rising against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and famines and earthquakes in various places, Matthew chapter 24 verse 7. Today, global tensions are higher than ever, and natural disasters are occurring with increased frequency and intensity. Jesus spoke of false prophets who would deceive many. In verse 11, he says, "And many false prophets will appear and deceive many people." In today's world, misinformation spreads like wildfire, especially through social media. The rise of charismatic leaders and influences who distort the truth has led to confusion and division among people. It makes you wonder, could this be what Jesus was trying to warn us about? In a time when truth is hard to discern, could his message be a reminder to stay vigilant? In Matthew chapter 24 verse 15, Jesus references the abomination of desolation spoken of by the prophet Daniel. He tells his disciples, "When you see standing in the holy place, the abomination that causes desolation, flee to the mountains." Many scholars have debated what this means. Some interpret it as a past event during the Roman siege of Jerusalem, while others see it as a future warning. But what if this warning also applies to events unfolding in 2024? Could it refer to a time of spiritual or moral decay, where the sacred is profaned and society faces a time of desolation? Is Jesus calling us to recognize the signs and prepare ourselves? Throughout Matthew chapter 24, Jesus emphasizes the need to be watchful. He warns in verse 42, "Therefore keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come." This isn't just a message of fear, it's a call to be prepared and to live with a sense of purpose. In a world filled with uncertainty, perhaps Jesus' words in Matthew chapter 24 are more relevant than ever. They remind us not to be complacent, but to stay alert, and to hold on to hope even in difficult times. So, is Matthew chapter 24 unfolding before our eyes in 2024? Or is it a timeless message that speaks to the struggles and challenges of every generation? Perhaps the answer is somewhere in between. Jesus' warnings remind us that while we may not know the day or the hour, we should live as if every day matters, with faith, resilience, and a readiness for whatever lies ahead. What do you think? Are we witnessing the fulfillment of Matthew chapter 24 in our time, or are these signs just a reminder to stay grounded in faith? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into the teachings of Jesus and the mysteries of the Bible.